A chilling wind sweeps through the quiet streets of Beverly Hills. Nestled under the blanket of a starlit sky, the usually bustling city is tucked away, deep in its slumber. The lavish mansions, the manicured lawns, and the high-end boutiques all lie silent, oblivious to the world beyond their grandeur. But the tranquility of this affluent neighborhood is deceptive, for there's an unseen visitor who frequents these streets when the world is asleep. A spectral figure in a flowing white dress, as if a lost piece of the moon itself, has been seen by the residents. It's not the sighting of the figure that unsettles them, it's the way it moves. It's the way it behaves that chills them to the bone. It doesn't walk. It glides, like a spectre, barely touching the ground. It doesn't utter a sound. It's as silent as the grave. It doesn't interact. It seems oblivious to the world around it, lost in an ethereal realm of its own, and yet its presence is felt, its aura is tangible, its coldness bone-chilling. The residents they watch from behind their curtained windows, their hearts pounding, their breaths shallow, their bodies frozen in fear. They dare not step out, they dare not confront this figure, for they know it's not of this world. The nights in Beverly Hills are no longer tranquil, they're no longer serene. They're eerie, they're unsettling, they're fraught with a sense of impending dread. A dread that descends upon the city like a shroud as the clock strikes midnight. The figure in white is no longer a mere visitor, it's a resident of the night. It roams the streets with an unsettling grace, with a haunting beauty, with a chilling silence. It's not there to harm, it's not there to scare, it's there for a reason unknown, a reason shrouded in mystery, a reason that sends a cold shiver down the spine. As the clock strikes midnight, a figure in white silently roams the streets, leaving a trail of cold dread in its wake. A spectral figure, a lady in white, has become the talk of the town. In the otherwise tranquil Beverly Hills, an unsettling presence has been noticed. Night after night, under the cover of darkness, a woman in white is seen roaming the streets. Cloaked in an ethereal white dress, her form is barely discernible, yet unmistakable. Her face, though, remains hidden, as if shrouded by a veil of the unknown. The residents are gripped by a mixture of fascination and fear. The uncertainty is perhaps the most unnerving aspect of it all. Every rustle of the wind, every flicker of a streetlight sends a shiver down the spine, as if the lady in white might materialize any moment. The sightings have become a frequent topic of hushed conversations, with each account adding to the growing sense of dread. A theory has started to emerge, one that sends chills down the spines of even the bravest among them. Some residents, particularly those who have lived here the longest, suggest that the lady in white is not of this world. They believe her to be a ghost. The spectral figure, they say, bears an uncanny resemblance to a nun who once lived in a nearby church. The church, now long abandoned, still stands as a haunting reminder of days gone by. The nun, known for her kindness and grace, met a tragic end, her life abruptly cut short under mysterious circumstances. And now it is believed she has returned, not as the loving, gentle soul she once was, but as a haunting apparition, her spirit tethered to the place she once called home. With every passing night, the fear grows, the sightings continue, and the legend of the Lady in White becomes more deeply etched into the town's collective consciousness. The once bustling streets of Beverly Hills now lie in eerie silence as the sun sets, the residents retreating into the safety of their homes, away from the haunting gaze of the Lady in White. A hushed whisper of a tale begins to circulate. The ghostly figure is said to be a nun, dead for years. The church, standing tall and ominous, holds a tragic past within its walls. Our tale shifts to a time when this edifice was not just a symbol of faith, but a beacon of hope for a humble servant of God, the nun in white, who is now the center of our spectral tale. Born as Elizabeth, she had taken the vows of poverty, chastity, and obedience to dedicate her life to service. She was known for her kindness, her gentle smile, and a heart as pure as the white habit she wore. Elizabeth was beloved by all, her spirit as bright as the sun that warmed the old church's stained glass windows. But in the cruel hands of fate, a tragic end awaited her. It was a stormy night when Elizabeth, returning from her service at a nearby home, was met with a cruel and untimely death. Struck by a speeding car, she was left to die on the cold, wet streets of Beverly Hills. Her sudden departure shocked the community. The church bell tolled, echoing the sorrow that had befallen the town. She was buried in the churchyard, her grave marked with a simple cross, a stark contrast to the profound impact she had on those around her. However, it seems Elizabeth's story didn't end there. In the wake of her death, an unsettling presence began to linger around the church and the adjoining residential area. The sightings of a woman in a white dress began, her figure spotted wandering around the neighborhood under the cloak of darkness. Could it be that Elizabeth, who had served the community with such devotion, had returned? Perhaps her spirit was unsettled, her abrupt end leaving her with unfinished business. The connections between her tale and the spectral sightings are too significant to dismiss. A sense of dread wraps around our hearts as we delve deeper into this chilling mystery. Her life ended abruptly, and her spirit, it seems, has found no rest. Night after night, the Lady in White continues her haunting patrol. As the moon ascends to its throne in the star-studded sky, the residents of Beverly Hills find themselves captives in their own homes. Hushed whispers of the spectral Lady in White echo through the eerily quiet streets, transforming the once buoyant neighborhood into a nerve-wracking ghost town. Fear, like a thick fog, blankets the area, creeping into each household, seeping through the cracks under doors, whispering through the keyholes. The once lively neighborhood barbecues and garden parties are but distant memories, replaced by huddled gatherings around radios and televisions, waiting for any news that might make sense of their shared nightmare. Stories start to circulate, each more spine-chilling than the last. The Johnsons' dog, a usually boisterous Labrador, refuses to venture out after sundown, whimpering at the mere sight of his leash. The Smiths' roses, once the pride of their meticulously maintained garden, wilt overnight, their vibrant petals turning ashen as if drained of life. And then there's old Mrs. Parker, who swears she heard the soft melodic hum of a hymn from the empty house next door, a house that's been vacant for years. The incidents, though seemingly unrelated, all share one chilling commonality. They occur in the haunting hours of the night, the same hours the Lady in White is said to roam. Each story, each inexplicable event adds another layer to the mounting tension, another thread to the web of fear that binds the residents. The once familiar streets now seem alien, the darkness of the night a menacing predator. The rustle of the wind through the trees sounds like whispers, each shadow a lurking threat. The residents, once friends and neighbors, now look at each other with suspicion and dread, the fear of the unknown twisting their perception. Her presence, a chilling reminder of the town's spectral inhabitants, sends shivers down the spine. The Lady in White, a spectral sentinel, continues her haunting patrol, her story and purpose shrouded in the mystery of the night. In the heart of fear, a glimmer of hope emerges. There comes a time when the community must rally, when the courage of one can quell the fear of many. In our tale, this beacon of bravery is none other than the local priest, a man of faith dedicated to the service of his flock. This humble servant, driven by his duty, steps forward, offering a lifeline to a community on the edge. He proposes a ceremony, a rite of passage to guide the lost spirit to find tranquility. The church bells toll, echoing through the silent streets, a call to the heavens and a prayer for the departed. The priest, robed in white, begins the ceremony under the light of the moon. His voice, soft yet firm, carries the words of ancient prayers into the night. He calls upon the spirit, beseeching her to accept the peace that awaits her, urging her to relinquish the earthly bounds that tether her to this world. The air grows heavy, the wind stills as if holding its breath, the world watching in silent anticipation. With a final prayer, the priest lifts a silver cross, its surface gleaming under the moonlight, a beacon for the wandering soul. And then, a sigh that sweeps across Beverly Hills, rustling the leaves, stirring the silence. The sigh of a spirit, the Lady in White, finally finding solace, finally finding peace. The air lightens, the wind picks up, and the world exhales in relief. The priest, his duty fulfilled, lowers the cross, his face etched with relief and a quiet satisfaction. The community, their hearts filled with gratitude, welcome the dawn with newfound hope, their nightmare finally at an end. As dawn breaks, a sense of calm descends on Beverly Hills, the Lady in White at rest at last. In the face of fear, they found courage. In the of horror, they found hope. And in the heart of darkness, they found light. The spirit of the Lady in White, once a specter of fear, now a symbol of their unity, their strength, their resilience. What do you think about the lady in white? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more chilling tales.